away, take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to.
Good morning, y'all. It's your girl Ashley, and welcome back to my channel. I'm coming today to discuss what it's been like as a first-time mom during COVID, as well as just a first-time mom for the first year, 365 days. We all survived, and if you are new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Don't forget to, like, subscribe, hit the bell. So let's get to it. Let's see. 300, it's been over 365 days now. She's been one for, tomorrow will make it a week. She has been one, and it has been amazing. I would say amazing. It has also been tiring. It has also been challenging. Sorry, I'm making sure she's okay. She's eating breakfast. Amazing, tiring, challenging, sometimes stressful. And yeah, but we're gonna get all into that. So I guess I'll start from the beginning. So Michaela was born on February 10th, 2020. It's crazy because my mother-in-law, my husband's mom, of course, my husband's mom, but yeah, she kept telling me, she's like, y'all need to pack your bags, because, it's a full moon, and, babies, they're born on full moons, and, sorry, and, we're sitting there, and we're like, full moon, what does a full moon have to do with a baby being born and stuff like that? So, that Friday, his mom came down, we moved to Charlotte. We are originally from Maryland, the DMV area, not Baltimore. But yeah, we're originally from there, and so we moved here 4 years ago. His mom came down to be with us for her first grandbaby, and we ended up going. It was me, his mom, and the cousins and aunt. We ended up going to, it wasn't Outback, I think it was Longhorn, and I was just so tired, and it hurt every time I walked. And so yeah, we went there that night. On Saturday, I was supposed to go to work. Since we lived down here, I had worked for the post office as a mail carrier. I ended up leaving that position when I was around 5-6 months. It was just a lot, mentally, physically on my body, as I got big fast with her. So it was a lot, and so I left working there, and I ended up working at Walmart part-time. So I was supposed to go to work that morning. I ended up calling out, and I stayed home because I was, like I said, I was tired and my body was hurting, and I was like, let me clean up the house. So I'm cleaning up here and there. So later on, when my husband got home, he he's off the next day. It's Sunday, he's off. So he was home, he was playing his game, he was drinking his beer. So I'm like, well, I'm going to bed, right? So couldn't get comfortable, laying in bed, couldn't get comfortable. And so he ended up coming to bed. It was probably around 11. It was around 11 o'clock. And so we're laying in bed. He's going to sleep, hear him snoring. And so, like I said, I couldn't get comfortable and I turned. As soon as I turned, I just felt a gush of water. And I was like, I told him, I said, I think my water broke. He was like, how do you know? Dog, it's right here, like liquid on the bed. And so he hopped up, panicked. Mind you, she was supposed to come on the 16th of February. But we had a doctor's appointment on that Friday, and they told us that she was measuring for the 10th. They did the 10th of February, but they was going to keep my due date as the 16th. And we didn't have anything ready, and he's just throwing things in the bag, and that didn't make sense. But all in all, I was in labor for 31 hours. Michaela told us she's going to come when she wants to, and apparently she didn't want to come. So I got a C-section 8 o'clock. I went in at 8 o'clock that morning. Into the operating room at 8 o'clock that morning. And I got a C-section. And she was here at 8:23. She was there at 8:23 a.m. that morning, and ever since she has been the highlight of our lives. There has been a lot of sleepless nights. There has been, on my part, a lot of crying. I really wouldn't even say a lot of crying. I have been, to be honest with myself, I have been sad a lot. And I tried explaining to my husband, I don't really think men understands fully the capacity or everything that a woman goes through to bring another human into the world. And I didn't understand it, even being a woman, but I was never a mom until, last year. It's a lot. It's a lot mentally, it's a lot physically, emotionally, spiritually, it's a lot. And my homegirl, she just kept, I know, because our babies are 3 months apart, and she just kept asking me if I was okay. She wasn't a first time mom. She was a mom before. So that was her second child. So she just kept asking me if I was okay, and I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Ooh, I'm fine. But because and I know that once I start talking, I will start talking, and it feels like I'm putting all of my problems onto somebody else. And I don't want that. I don't like that. So, I kept saying I'm fine, I'm doing good, but one, I'm away from home. So my mom wasn't here. She's not here. She's back home in Maryland. My sister isn't here. There's really nobody here that I'm connected to, that I can go to, so it was a lot that way. And then when we had her, COVID was like, it was I don't want to say big, but it had really took effect. So everything was shut down, locked down. You couldn't go nowhere, couldn't do anything. So and then my husband, he's at work all day long from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then, we used to get into, arguments and stuff about that. And I understood that he had to work, what I'm saying, to provide for the family. He was the only income. And I understood that, but like I said, I don't think men really understands what it is, to be home all day long with an infant. And I mean, all day long, there's nobody to talk to. And especially if you're in a different state, when you don't have people that you can communicate with on a regular. So, there's nobody to talk to, there's nobody to sit with, nobody can come over, especially with COVID. Nobody was allowed in the house with our baby and stuff like that. So it was just a lot. And I didn't think he understood, the capacity of it, and the effect that it really took on me. And, I really wanted adult conversations, yeah. So that was a big thing for me. I ended up going back to work when she was about 3 months. I ended up going back to work, and he's like, "You're such in a rush to go back to work," but I'm like, I need to talk to people. Like, kudos to, and I did it for a long time. And you know what? To think about it, I'm still, what I'm saying, I'm still a stay-at-home mom, because right now I work overnight. And even when I went back, and was working at Walmart, I was working from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. So I would be home in enough time. I would get home, and he'll go to work. So I'll still be home with her all day long. And then it's the same now, where I went back to the post office, so I work overnight. So in the daytime, I'm still home with her all day. Granted, she's starting to go to daycare. Or yeah, she's starting to go to daycare, and so she'll have her social interaction. I'll have time to rest, and then before I go to work, I'll still have mommy time with my baby. So that's on that aspect as far as what working and being a mom. It's not hard. Let me not say that, because I work overnight. It is hard, especially now when she's getting into going to daycare. People have told me daycare equals your child getting sick. And so Michaela, she had a fever since Friday morning. So I've missed like 3 days of work, and it gets to a point where you have to decide, is she okay enough to stay home with someone else, that someone else being her dad? Is she okay enough to stay home with her dad and me go to work? Or should I just stay home with her? And granted, yes, that's her dad. He can always take care of her. But we all know there's nothing like mommy. You know what I'm saying? Like, even now, when, she was sick this whole weekend, I kept calling my mama. Like, kept calling my mother, and I'm just like, Mom, you gotta fix it. I don't know what to do. You've been here before. You've done this before. I need you to fix it. And yeah, there's nothing like mommy. And being a mom is it's challenging, especially in today's age. It's challenging. And then when holidays come up, I always say I didn't want to be that parent that put work in front of their child. And I'm not going to be that parent. She's going to always come first. I know I got to make money, but that job will be here if I'm dead to, tomorrow, God forbid, knock on wood. They're going to get somebody to replace me, and she's not going to have memories with me. And I don't want that, and I'm not going to have that. So, yeah. Okay. So, that's, I gave, Michaela was born, going through, I guess, to admit I had postpartum. It took a while for me to admit it to myself. I think she was about 6 months when I came to realization that I wasn't okay. We ended up going home We went back home to Maryland, and my husband ended up coming back, and he was sick. He had COVID. So he was gone for about, I say a month, he say 3 weeks. It's the same difference to me. But during that time, I really felt like a single mom, and it was so hard. Um, it was so hard. I wasn't getting any sleep. You know, granted, his mom, we were staying at his mom's house, so his mom was there, and my mom, we can go to my mom's house and stuff like that. Um, but it wasn't the same. I don't know. It just didn't feel. It just didn't feel right. I guess you can say, like, I don't know how to put it into words. I felt alone. You know, I felt like I was doing everything by myself. I know my husband. He was like, you could have just asked his mom and stuff. I'm like, I don't. That's my child. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I don't want to put that burden on someone else that didn't have her. Like, that's not their child. They didn't have her. They didn't decide to have her. We decided to have her. So I have to suck it up and do what I got to do, and it became a lot for me, and I had to I didn't admit until I came back home, you know, that we went back up there so I can get a little break, but I didn't get a break. She was always with me all the time, everywhere I turned, yeah, that's just how I felt. I just felt alone, and then it was just so much, once she had hit 5 months, she hit 5 months when we were up there. Oh no, she either hit 5 or 6, I can't remember. But she hit one of those months when we were up there, and yeah, it just, I don't know what else to say. It just became a lot, and then it became, as people say, the unsolicited advice. I personally don't think any advice is unsolicited, for real, for real. It's just, you just choose if you want to take it or if you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, pick and choose what you want to listen to and what advice you want to, you know, use. Now, with that being said, the advice coming in can be a whole load. It's like, for instance, Michaela has always been on the schedule. She goes to sleep at a certain time, da da. And so, everybody had been commenting about the time that she went to sleep. She went to sleep around 7:30, 8 o'clock. That's my schedule because I had to be to work at 4 a.m. So when we get back there, everybody's like, oh, that's too early, da da. So to me, it felt like the things that we implemented while we're down here that work for us, when we get up there, everybody is criticizing. So it felt like nothing we did was right, so it's like it felt as if I wasn't doing anything right. And they've done it before, so maybe they are right. And why is it that it feel like I'm trying to do things right, but then it's wrong? And then it was just so much, and it became a heavy load, especially once we came back home. And first of all, we came back home and she was thrown off. But not only that, it just became a heavy load because it was an overload of information, an overload of criticism. And yeah. Now, I just talked about unsolicited advice and stuff like that. Now, my opinion, like I said, I don't think there's really a such thing as unsolicited advice. I truly believe it takes a village to raise children. Um, I believe it takes a village. And I think once our generation or the millennials, they got older and started raising having kids, and they went to the whole thing of nobody do this to my not do this, but nobody discipline my child, da, da, da. And I'm just like, listen, if you're in my family, as long as you don't do harm to my child, you can discipline her, set her straight. If she's talking out the side of her neck, no, we're not having that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she needs to know, and I'm saying that it's not for everybody. If you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. But I'm saying that because that's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I talked out the side of my neck, my aunts got me. Like, they got me together. So, and I will say I'm a pretty good human being, because of that. Like, my nieces, they know not to talk out the side of their neck to me. You know what I'm saying? So they don't try me. So, yeah, and I plan to raise Michaela like that. But like I said, I don't think there's really any unsolicited advice. It does take a village. A lot of people say there's no handbook to parenting. I want to say I don't believe that's true. I do think there's a handbook to parenting. And that handbook is filled with information from the different people that you meet. Like I said, when I was back home, and everybody giving me advice, everybody saying this, that, and the third, that's the handbook. You see what I'm saying? So you have to just pick and choose what you want to take. I know you have to pick and choose what you want to take from that handbook. When I sit here and she's crying, she had the fever. There was 5 people telling me do it this way, do it that way, well, this, that, and the third, and I pick and chose what to do from each person. Okay, well, give her a popsicle. Okay, I see popsicle's not working with her, so I'm not going to give her a popsicle. But this person said put a cold rag on her, so I put the cold rag on her. You see what I'm saying? One person said, use a sock, the onion in the sock. No, not doing that. Don't feel like smelling onions. So didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said give her Tylenol. One person said give her emotion. So, I'm picking and choosing what I want to take from this handbook. My personal opinion is there is a handbook to parenting. That handbook is filled with information and knowledge from other parents that have done it before you, or, you know what I'm saying, or y'all don't, that have done it before you. That is the handbook to parenting. And you just pick and choose what you want to take from it. Okay. So I don't want the video to go, really, Michaela? Okay, we coming. I don't want the video to go on and on and on like I'm rambling. Michaela, she is antsy. She's ready to get up. So I'm going to leave with this. This is my advice to new moms, first time moms, things like that. My advice is you can do it. You can do it. Take everything one step at a time, one day at a time, and it's going to be okay. If you need help, ask for help. I'm sorry, y'all. She is crying. And that's going to be my advice. Again, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Please check out my other videos. I'm just starting my YouTube channel for real. Like, I'm just really starting. So bear with me as, I get it together. And yeah, comment if you have parenting advice, leave the comments below, for when a child is sick, when a child is teething, things like that. Because right now she is teething. And she had, like I said, she's been sick since Friday, but now her fever is gone. And she actually has a doctor's appointment today. So that's where we are about to go to. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.